We begin this half hour with mysterious shaking felt and seen here in St. Clair Shores.
It's been the talk of the town for the past 24 hours. That sudden boom and shaking on Tuesday afternoon damaged homes and businesses like this 7-Eleven store.
Yeah, people have been reaching out to us and taking to social media looking for answers. One viewer reached out to Dave Rexroth asking if there were any reports of an earthquake.
Well, the answer is no. So the big question still tonight, what was it?
7 News Detroit reporter Peter Maxwell closely covering St. Clair Shores for us, and he set out to find out what people experienced and to get answers.
It happened in just seconds. A loud pop, a sudden shake, and a lot of confusion across parts of St. Clair Shores. People swore what they felt was an earthquake, but was it? I spent the day trying to get you answers.
Very subtle, just little popping noises.
It happened in an instant. A jolt that had people across St. Clair Shores wondering what on earth just happened. A quick shake, no warning, then confusion. Some thought it had to be an earthquake. Look what it did inside this 7-Eleven at Little Mac and 11 Mile.
I heard like ice breaking and I looked up. Next thing I know, I felt the floor rising underneath me.
Check out the surveillance video from inside. Look closely, the floor begins to rise, then buckle. The force leaving a huge section of tile destroyed.
Approximately 8 feet in length.
The mystery has the whole community talking, so I went looking for answers. The U.S. Geological Survey tells me the National Earthquake Information Center reviewed data from nearby seismic stations and no sign of an earthquake. So what caused this floor to rise and then buckle? Why did people feel their house shake? If it wasn't an earthquake, what was it? I asked our meteorologist, Mike Taylor, to explain to us what people felt in St. Clair Shores on Tuesday. Mike, what is a frostquake?
Frostquakes are something that's fairly rare, but they can happen anytime you're dealing with a deep freeze like Metro Detroit is recovering from. We'll see these temperatures that go prolonged below the freezing mark or even near zero on occasion. That can cause groundwater to freeze. Once it's frozen, of course, it turns to ice, and that ice exerts pressure on the surface and also in the soil. When you exert that pressure, it can crack the soil, and that could also cause not only a rift, but also some shifting. You can hear this sometimes, and it can cause shaking, and in this case, it could also cause some damage in some spots.
St. Clair Shores resident Claire Morrison knew the feeling immediately, having grown up in California and experiencing her fair share of earthquakes.
Suddenly the entire room started going, and it was like, okay, I've experienced this before. I know what this is.
While it wasn't an earthquake, it left its mark. A crack in her kitchen and a story she won't soon forget.
It was a unique experience, that's for sure. One that'll stay with you, a real attention getter.
In St. Clair Shores, Peter Maxwell, 7 News, Detroit.
Thank you, Peter.